Hi, it's Gracie with Self-Care with Gracie. Welcome back to the video series that we're doing this month on self-care and relationships, how to practice it, the common pitfalls we fall into, and the breakthroughs that we hope to make. First of all, update, I am still super pregnant. You can see a good shot of the belly here. It's holding, maintaining. And until I give birth, I'm hoping to record a few more of these videos. Should be a few more weeks. So last couple of weeks we talked about the power of learning how to differentiate our emotions in relationships. So you feel you're this way, I feel this way, and that there's space for both of those experiences within a relationship, especially a healthy one. And last week we talked a little bit more about the difference between self-improvement and self-care. So if we're always trying to fix ourselves, then yep, we're always going to probably be trying to fix somebody else. And it comes from this flawed perspective that like there's something about us that we need to fix, and how self-care can be a really powerful way to break through that. So go back and check those out if you haven't watched them already. Today, this week, we're going into intimacy and what is good about intimacy and what is terrifying about intimacy. I think this message I want to give today, it's really inspired by someone that my friend Lindsay shared his work with me. His name is Bruce Tift, and he is a psychologist and therapist. I think he's based out of Colorado. And he works with people in relationships. And his teaching on intimacy is one of the best I've ever heard. And what he says is that there is in every single person who is, capable of human emotion, that we have the experience of being really drawn in by intimacy, craving it, wanting more of it. And then the moment that we get it, we actually start to not want it anymore, and we start to push away from it. And that this is coexisting in all of us all the time. So I'm going to explain that again. So within all of us, there's a part of us that's like, I want to hang out with people. I feel lonely. I need more connection. I need people who get me and understand me. Then we start to create those relationships in our experience. And we're like, whoa, I got way too close and spending way too much time with that person. I'm totally freaked out. That's like the tendency I think we have to jump into a relationship right away because the intimacy feels so good. It feels so good to be seen and heard and listened to. But then the moment it starts to feel real, we start to get terrified. And we pull away and we don't want that intimacy anymore. And what Bruce Tift teaches is that these two dynamics of wanting intimacy and not wanting intimacy, they're going to coexist in us and all people forever and ever and ever. So being in a relationship, that even a healthy one, and I consider myself to be in a really healthy romantic relationship right now with my partner Micah, there are times where it's too close for me and I just really want to pull away and I want my own space. And understanding that that's a really healthy response, that I want intimacy, I can pull in, and then when I don't want it, I can pull away a little bit, helps me to not have to go into the black and white thinking or the either or, that if I don't want intimacy in one moment, it means I never want intimacy. Or if my partner pulls away a little bit, that means that he never wants intimacy. I think there's a tendency in some couples that one person kind of holds the pull of always wanting more intimacy and pushing in more and more and more. And the other person, what happens is they start to pull away more and more. So what can be a powerful exercise is that if you're always wanting more intimacy, just see what it feels like to be in a relationship and just kind of pull away a little bit and explore the part of you that wants less intimacy and let that come forward. Maybe some big fears on abandonment will come up, and that's definitely part of the game. And if you're the opposite, if you don't want intimacy and you're always pulling away, just see what happens in the dynamic when you start to pull in a little bit closer. And what you might find is that your partner might start to pull away a little bit as well. This doesn't have to only be in romantic relationships. I experience this in friendships, where someone's feeling really clingy and close and I'm pulling away. And then the moment they back off, I kind of am like, oh, well, what's going on? You want to hang out? Or that quality in myself. I definitely experience it in my family, that there are moments that I want a lot of closeness to my family members, and there are moments where I don't want that closeness. It feels too much for me. And I think with my dog is maybe the only one I don't experience that with. I just want a lot of closeness with my dog all the time. Pancho is currently hiding under the bed because of the rainstorm that's happening. So he's pulling away a little bit for intimacy, but I'm handling it. So I hope that's helpful for you. Again, just remembering that we're never going to get to the place where we only want intimacy, and we're never going to get to the place where we aren't pulling back sometimes, and that's healthy. and we can just practice playing with both of those qualities. Oh, and I'll make one more point because I think this is important for my process, was that I've always kind of attracted people who are emotionally unavailable, which is people who don't have great access to their emotional capabilities. And I felt like when I pulled in closer, when I wanted more, they pulled away. That was always the dynamic. And it took me a long time and some wise people in my life to help me realize that I was actually the one afraid of commitment, that I was attracting people like this and choosing them and getting really into them even when they weren't reciprocating, because I didn't really want the experience of intimacy because it was scary for me. So me learning that like intimacy is scary, it's allowed to be scary, I can work with that, and that I can handle a partner who is able to share intimacy if I let that be alive, that it's hard and that I'm not particularly good at it sometimes, was really the key that helped me to step into a more intimate relationship with a romantic partner in a way that gives me a lot of space to just feel how I feel, which in turn helps me give him a lot of space to feel how he feels, whether it's close or far away. So I hope this is helpful. I hope I'll be back next week. If I'm not, you can just imagine me having a new baby, and enjoy. Let me know any feedback you have, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.